Welcome to my Level 1 Gym Home Program for people emerging from chronic pain, accidents, or surgical issues, and they're trying to work their way up to a regular exercise program again. I think this fills in that gap to transition from pain to normal exercise. Previously, I've posted a yoga-influenced home program, and if you haven't watched that, please watch that here or just search on my channel. I think it's a pretty good one. It's also 3 levels of difficulty. Later, I'll be posting a playground series to get people outside and enjoying some fresh air. So wait for that. If you subscribe to my channel, you'll be notified of that when I post it. Enjoy this Level 1 Gym Home Program. Level 1 warm-up. You can do this on a solid piece of equipment here, or for instance, the arm of a piece of cardio equipment or some other piece of equipment. I'm gonna do it here. We're gonna grab on, we're gonna lean back, and you're gonna feel a nice stretch in your shoulders. And you're gonna move slowly from side to side, which accentuates that stretch into one shoulder or back area versus the other. And it should just feel really good. Nice shoulder and back stretch here right now. Moving slowly. And then we're going to bend your knees to whatever depth you're comfortable with. And we'll stretch down here. Moving slowly and easily from side to side. Again, you don't have to go this deep if your joints can't go this deep. Just go wherever you're comfortable. It's just a warm-up. Okay, and then we're going to come back up. And now what I'm going to do is cross my hands. And what this does is it accentuates one shoulder stretch a little bit more to get a deeper stretch. And then we'll go deep again. Should all feel really comfortable and relaxed. And then we're going to switch hands. Same thing, start up here. Go deeper as you feel more comfortable going deeper. And again, if you find this stretch is feeling particularly good on a particularly sore area of your body, linger here a little longer. Really loosen it up. Get it prepared for exercise and life. And we're going to come back up. Now I'm going to uncross my hands. I'm just going to lean back, and I think I'm going to scoot my feet forward a little bit more so that I get more of a hamstring stretch now too. And I'll just wiggle side to side here. Just feels really good to get some nice movement happening. Stretch out the back, the hamstrings, which are the muscles in the backs of your legs, and the shoulders. Level 1 second warm-up. We're just going to squat down only as shallow or deep as you feel comfortable going. We're going to go to here, and then we're going to come up and we're going to side bend with our arm over our body like this. All right, and notice that my opposite heel is off the ground down here. And that's because I'm lengthening as much as I can through this whole right side of my body. I feel a stretch in my shoulder, my rib cage, and so forth. And then we're going to come back, we're going to squat. Again, go only as deep as you feel comfortable going. And then side bend to the other direction. That opposite heel is off the ground again, because I'm lengthening through that left side, looking for that big shoulder and rib cage stretch here. Squat again. If you can go deeper, go deeper. If you can't, you can't. That's okay. Just warming up here. Nice stretch again. Feels good. We have few opportunities to stretch out the rib cage. And so this is a great exercise for doing that. And it should feel really nice. Okay, we're gonna squat. This time we're going to move into a little bit more rotation. And we wanna do this slowly and gently. Rotation is hard for the back. And so we just wanna be safe and make it all feel good. Go as low or as high as you feel comfortable going. Again, squat, I'm going progressively deeper to warm up my knees and my hips and my ankles and to get them prepared for exercise and daily life. One more time to each side, nice and deep, if you can. This is not a competition, so don't feel like you have to go deep. Last one over to this side, nice rotation stretch, feels really nice. This is a lat pull down. Now in a gym, you'll see those machines that you can sit on and it has a straight bar hanging above you and you'll pull down on the straight bar. Or you'll see cable cross machines like this. I like the cable cross machine because you'll see in just a second I'm going to be doing some single arm work. But if you can't do the single arm work, that's okay. You can do double arms. Okay, so we're gonna sit down. And we're gonna start with one arm at a time. After this arm comes down, I want you to stretch with the other arm up. And then this arm comes up. Then the other arm comes down. Once it's down, we stretch with that other arm. So this is the unique thing that we're gonna be doing with our lat pull downs is we're gonna use it to stretch our shoulder girdle system up just as much as we're using it to strengthen the latissimus dorsi. This comes down and we stretch. You can side bend like I'm doing here to get that rib cage in there as well. This arm comes up. This one comes down and stretch. Should feel really good to do. Back up. Stretch. Stretch. We're going to go one more on each side, and then we'll do some double arms. And stretch. Now I'm going to move into double arms, both arms at the same time. When I come back up, I'm still going to get that stretch. It's really good for your shoulder girdle system. Stretch, 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 and then back down. Let's do 5 of these. Stretching way up. Good. Now if you're using a bar, I typically don't like the bar to go behind your head because then that promotes this forward head position. I prefer to have the bar go in front of your head instead. That's 3, big stretch. 4, and one more. Pulling down. Stretching up. Let's do some triceps work. The triceps muscles are in the back of your arm here. Now in a gym you have a few different options. There are machines that have straight bars like this and you can grab them and push down like that. I like using a cable machine too. So I'm going to start here with a few reps and then I'm going to show you a way to do it sitting down using an exercise tube too. So we're going to put on a comfortable weight. We're just going to step up to the machine, bring the elbows to your sides, and we're going to push down. And then back up to about 90 degrees, maybe a little past, and then back down. When you're doing this, you want to make sure that you're not rounding the shoulders and using the whole body to push down. We want to just keep the body relaxed and let the arms do the work, just like this. You should feel nice contraction on the backs of your upper arms. Let's do one more repetition. Okay, so that's the cable cross machine. Again, if you had a straight bar, it would look pretty much the same. Now to do this with an exercise tube, you'll just have a seat on a ball or a seat, grab a tube, and we'll do the same thing. Elbows down by your sides and down. Now, if going down all the way means that the shoulders will round forward, we don't want to go down all the way. We want the shoulders to remain relaxed, and you'll feel that work on the backs of your arms. Now, the other thing I want to point out is that we don't want your wrists to be flexing and extending like this while you're doing it. Keep that wrist in one position, and that'll put all of the effort into the backs of your arms on those triceps. Let's do one more. We're going to strengthen your hip muscles now. Now, if you have balance issues, please use a pole in your hand, and the pole will be on the same side as the leg that you're standing on. You can do this with a strap too. So basically, we're going to shift our weight onto one leg. This stance knee will be soft. If you need the pole, put it down. If you don't need the pole, you can lift that up. Basically, we're going to bring moving the other leg out and in like this 15 times. Five more. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. We're going to switch legs, and I'm going to switch the pole to the other leg now. Switch. Use the pole if you need it. Make sure that stance knee is soft. 3 more. 1, 2, 3, and switch. Soft knee on the stance leg. Make sure you're staying tall, not leaning to the side. Five more. Leg press machine is a great way to strengthen your legs. Most gyms have some version of this machine. So basically, you're going to set yourself up and put your legs in here. Now, you can see here that my knees are way too bent. I'm too jammed. All of these machines have a button that you can pull to reset the leg position. So for starters, let's just start with your legs about 90 degrees. If you want it to go deeper later, you can go ahead and do that, but you don't want it to go too deep. So you're going to set a nice light weight on here. We're going to start with double legs. All right, so we're going double legs here, in and out. We're going to do about 10 to 15 reps. And what I want to make sure is that you are pushing through each leg symmetrically. So first, dial that in and make sure that you're focusing symmetrically through both feet. The next thing I want you to focus on is making sure that you're pushing through the arches of your feet, including, so that includes the heel and the ball of the foot, rather than just the ball of the foot. That ensures that the weight is going to the quads, the hamstrings, and the rear end, rather than the calf muscles. Nice and slow. You can touch the weight if you want to, or just get close to it if you don't like the sound of the weights touching. Okay, now you can progress this by going into single leg work, and this allows you to kind of tease out any strength imbalances between the two legs. But for the first few workouts, I would just do double leg work first to make sure that the movement is safe for you and you've got this set up, correctly for your body. Okay, that's about 5 on that leg, and now I'm going to switch legs. And we're going to do 5 on this leg. And again, if you're doing single legs, what I really care about is that we're just seeing if there's a big difference between the strength between both legs. When you do single leg work, you don't want to put on a lot of weight, because then the body starts to torque and rotate to compensate for that really extra heavy weight. If you feel that that's happening, then either don't go up that high or just start switching to double legs instead. Okay, that's about 5 on this leg. And I'll just finish with 2 double legs. All right, let's do some core work here. So you're gonna put your hands behind your head, and I want your knees to be bent. If your legs are straight, then your back is going to arch and you'll feel a little sore getting up from here. So what we're going to do is we're going to curl up our upper body, and our goal is to get the shoulder blades off the floor here. So our shoulder blades have this little corner here, and we want that off the floor. Then we're going to rotate to one side, rotate to the other, keeping the shoulder blade off the floor, back to center, and then back down. We're going to do 5 to 10 of these. Up, shoulder blades are off, rotate, rotate, center, and down. Up, rotate, rotate, center, and down. That's 3. Curl it up to get the shoulder blades off the floor. Keep them off the floor while you rotate. Back down. Shoulder blades off. Center and down. That's 5. Let's do 5 more. Curl up. Rotate, rotate, center, and down. Two more. Doing great. Last one coming up. Here we go. Shoulder blades off. Keep them off while you rotate. And down. Let's do some more core work. This one's a little different. We're going to lie on the floor with your knees bent. I want your back to feel flat and comfortable, first of all. And what we're going to be doing is just raising one arm up like this. And you'll notice that the more that your arm comes up, the more that your back wants to arch. So you're going to have to tighten your tummy to push that back down a little bit. I don't want you to tilt the pelvis to do that. I want it just to come from the stomach area. So as my hand reaches back, my stomach ramps up. And as my hand comes back down, I can relax my stomach because my back is no longer wanting to arch. So this is going to teach you how to ramp up and down your core. So as my hand comes up, I'm going to ramp up my core control of my back. And as my hand comes back down, I'm going to relax my core. Again, up, ramping up the core, bringing back, ramping down the core. Good. Up, ramping up the core, and down, gradually ramping down the core. Now, if this is pretty easy for you, feel free to straighten your legs more, which will cause your back to want to arch more, which means that you're going to have to use more core strength to control your spine as your hand comes up like this. And for those of you with really tight shoulders, it's not important that your arm comes all the way back like mine is. So just go wherever you feel comfortable going. It's okay. Just feel that you can ramp up and down your core to control the amount of extension or arching in your spine. The arching is what often causes most back pain. So we're learning core control. You know, when we're moving throughout the day, we don't need to have 100% core maximal contraction all day long. That's not natural. You only need to use the core in certain situations. Most of the day it remains quiet or just buzzing a little bit. Good. We're going to do 2 more with each arm. I'm going to straighten my knees just a little bit more because I feel like I have good control of my back in this position. And now I'm going to bring that up, feeling my core ramp up, bring that back down, feeling the core ramp back down again. Ramping up, ramping down. 1 more each arm. Good. Go as slow as you need to. If you can't go this fast, that's okay. Last one. Balance work, level 1. We're going to be shifting our weight from side to side. Our goal is ultimately that you should be able to stand on one leg for 30 seconds without falling. But today we're just going to do a few seconds to get started. You're going to use a pole to help you catch yourself if you do lose balance. And this leg that you're standing on, I want that knee to be soft. So if you need the pole, use it. And if you don't need it, lift it off the ground. So we're going to spend a few seconds on this leg, and then we're going to slowly shift our weight over to the other leg, and I'm moving the pole to that leg too. Knee is soft. I'm balancing for a few seconds, making sure I've captured that balance. Use the pole if necessary. We're going to shift to the other side again. Soften the knee. Use the pole if necessary. We're going to stay here for a few seconds, make sure we've got our balance. Once we have that balance, you can start moving to the other side again. Again, our goal is 30 seconds of single leg balancing per leg. Okay? So work yourself up to that before you attempt level 2 balance. One more time on each side. Soft knee. I'm standing tall on this leg. One more time to the other side. Soft knee. Standing tall. Level 1 cardio, I'd like you to start with something like a recumbent bike or an exercise bike. A recumbent bike is like this, where it's a seat. An exercise bike looks more like a regular bike where you're on top of it. One of the reasons I like the recumbent bike is that for a lot of people have hip and knee issues or balance issues and don't have the mobility to step up and over a bike frame. So the recumbent bike allows you just to step through and then have a seat. Now, when you have a seat here, I want you to put your feet in the pedals, and we want to adjust our seat according to the knee bend here. My knee is bent right now at about 90 degrees. That's too close. So usually there's a hand on the seat. You'll just slide that back until that becomes a little bit more stretched out. That looks about right to me. And now I can begin. So we're going to begin at a level 1. We're going to go nice and easy. This for 30 seconds, we're going to go slow and make sure this feels good for your knees, for your ankles, for your back, for your hips, and just kind of test it out and see how it feels. Ideally, I want you to be doing cardio for 15 to 20 minutes before you move up to the next level of cardio. You can do that all at level 1 if you want, if you really want to move up to the next level, or you can move up to harder and harder levels within the recumbent bike before moving on to the next piece of equipment. It's up to you. And there's no competition. Go at whatever pace feels good for you. So let's say that's been about 30 seconds of nice slow pace. Everything's feeling good. For the next 30 seconds, I'm going to speed it up. And I want to get my heart rate up a little bit. I want to get my breathing up a little bit. If speeding it up is difficult, if it's easier to bump up a level instead of speeding up, then just bump up a level to make yourself work harder for that 30 seconds. Okay, that's been about 30 seconds. I'm going to slow it back down. If you bumped up a level, then bump it back down so that you can recover your breathing, and we're sure that everything is A-okay with you. Now, I recommend doing the cardio this way, 30 seconds slower, 30 seconds faster for the whole 15 to 20 minutes, because that's going to introduce controlled stresses to your body, and you'll actually build up your cardio a little bit faster that way. Okay, I'm going to go one more period with 30 seconds of speed, and then you can keep going. We'll end the video after that. So here we go, 30 seconds faster. Again, if you want to, bump up the level a level or two. If going faster is more difficult for you. But it's good to challenge your body a little bit. Try to go faster. See if we can get your muscles to fire faster. Heart rate's getting up. Breathing's going up. It's okay. If you have a heart rate monitor, check out your heart rate there. Make sure you're safe. Okay, this has been about 30 seconds, so I'm going to slow it back down. I'm going to end here, but I'd like you to continue and work up to 15 to 20 minutes.